We get literally hundreds of emails every day in our inbox. They're tips from viewers on story pitches, things like that, press releases. My assistant news director came to me and showed me this email that we had received in our inbox from someone who claimed to be the son of the two parents who were missing at the time. We knew there were two bodies pulled out from the backyard, and now we had this two-page letter from someone claiming to be the son with a selfie. It jumps from Arnold Schwarzenegger to some federal politics and some statements and how he would like to see the government restructured. It didn't make a lot of sense. The bottom of one of the letters had his phone number that he had put there. I looked around the newsroom. There weren't any reporters there, so I went into our conference room right next to my office, and I called him.
Hello?
Hey, is this Lorenz?
Yeah, yeah.
This is Stone Grissom. I'm the news director at WRGB, CBS6 here in Albany. You sent us an email?
Yeah, yeah.
Pretty much within 40 seconds, asked him if he had a comment about the bodies being pulled out of the backyard. Do you have any comment on that?
Yeah, I buried my parents on their property.
You're saying you buried your parents in the backyard of their property?
Right.
That was the first time that story broke. We broke it, he broke it to me. I needed to get more of that story. Let me just ask you directly, did you kill your parents?
Yeah, I can't comment. Fifth Amendment, I have to assert that.
He didn't say no. He said he couldn't tell me yet, and he kept directing me back to his two-page statement. And I kept saying to him, that doesn't tell me the answer that I'm asking you. You have a lot to say in this, but I want to know, and the public wants to know, did you kill your parents?
I'll disclose everything if that document is released to the public and the public can actually read it. And whoever wants to, everything in politics and prosecutions is negotiation. And if they want the truth, my price is right in that document.
And so I said to him, then let's negotiate. I'll negotiate with you right now. If we were to put this document on our website, would you go on camera and speak to us?
Sure. Can I see proof of your putting it up?
I will give you my word that by the time you're here, it will be on our website.
Okay, okay.
We hang up the phone. I don't even have time to process it. My assistant news director, Stephen, is there, listening to the whole thing. And we both looked at each other and said, what just happened? Like, what did we just agree to? We just invited potentially a killer to our station. And he's gonna be here. And we haven't made a single decision as to how to prepare for that. 25, 30 minutes, he's gonna be here. And the clock is ticking. I ran downstairs. Now, you have to understand our building is big, it's huge. My boss is down an entire flight of stairs and then down a hallway. I have to get down there. He's in a meeting. I go down there, interrupt his meeting, and I literally went up to him and said, I don't have time to discuss this. We don't have time to process this. We don't have time to call whoever we need to call and get the permissions we need to get. This is happening. I realized at that point, I don't even have people to do this yet. So I went to the area where a lot of my photojournalists are, and they're editing at the time. And I stood in the middle of it and said, look, I'm about to tell you a situation where I cannot guarantee, I'm gonna do everything I can to make this safe, but I can't guarantee the ultimate safety of this. I'm not gonna tell anyone to do this. I'm gonna ask for volunteers. And every one of them, like, raised their hand and said, oh, I'm in. Everyone knew this was a moment. It wasn't a story, this was something big happening. We don't know who's showing up. We don't know if it's Charles Manson or Pee Wee Herman or somewhere in between. That's when it hit me that we need security. I didn't even know who to call, really, which department to really call, other than it was probably Albany Police. Really, I just wanted the highest ranking person I could get, and it was the chief. I did request that we have somebody in the perimeter, somebody around the building somewhere for our safety's sake, just in case. By the way, Greg Floyd, who did the interview, doesn't know anything yet. He still doesn't know anything. He's the last person I talked to. So I have to go down another hallway, down another staircase, get to Greg, and I have no idea if he's here or not. I walked into his office, and I said, Greg, Lorenz Kraus is coming to the station. I then explained to Greg what I knew, which wasn't much, but it was bombshell material already.
Yeah, I definitely knew who he was, what he might have done, and about the only thing I could think of is, what do I want to get out of this man? What do we want to hear from this man? And what we wanted to hear from this man was what happened. What was the truth? What happened in that house 8 years ago? That's what we had to find out. I knew he wanted to talk about his statement, and I also knew I was not going to talk about his statement. I'm not giving this person a forum other than our website where people can read it, but I'm not going to sit there and talk to him about archaic German law and Nazi Germany and running the government with a board of trustees. I had no interest in talking about that. There was no preparation. I didn't go in with a list of questions, as reporters often do, as I often do.
We were ready before he got here, which was the goal.
But it turns out he did get here earlier. He just missed the driveway.
You have to know our building. Our building takes up a block. It's huge, and there are gigantic letters out there. It's really hard to miss. If you're gonna drive by it, it's really hard to miss. But apparently he did. So I went through both doors, went outside alone, and walked all the way down to our street, which again, it's a long path. And as I look back at it now, many things could have gone wrong with me choosing to do that. And I waited for him to come down the street.
So there's Lorenz Kraus. He's sitting in his car. I'm standing outside, holding the door open. Greg's holding the inside door, just in case I need to dive back in.
Is that his car right there?
Yeah, that's
By himself? Yeah, it looks like that way.
Kraus wouldn't get out of the car. He was just sitting there. It was very, very tense. None of us knew what to expect, what was happening. He was fiddling around with something in his passenger seat. All we could do is sit there and wait for it. And finally, after what seemed like minutes, he got out of his car and he came to the front door.
This was unlike anything that I had ever done or I had ever even seen done, really.